The internet is full of backpacking hacks, and honestly, most of them don't survive actual days on trail. These are things I still do after hundreds of miles because they make life easier on trail when you're tired, dirty, or just done for the day. And a couple of these go against what you usually hear, but all of them have earned a place in my backpacking routine through real use. So here are 10 backpacking hacks that actually work. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you 10 hacks, tips, tricks that have worked for me on trail and hopefully will help you as you continue to progress through your backpacking journey and career. So no fluff, let's get right into it. Have you ever gotten into your tent at night and realized, oh man, this spot is not good? Could be because it's not level, could be because there's a rock or a root that is poking you in the back and making things uncomfortable. So hack number 1, before you stake out your tent, lay it out and then lay on top of it to ensure that it is even, that it is level and a place you can sleep. Also, from that standpoint, you can see if there are widowmakers or other things that may be dangerous. So hack number 1, lay on top of your tent before you set it up and stake it out so that you know your camp spot is level and will help you get the best sleep you can get. Hack number 2 is also another tent hack. If you have ever tried to roll up your tent and it's been windy, or the folds are kind of coming undone and it's getting wider and wider as you're rolling it up. Tip number 2, or hack number 2 here, is keep one stake staked in with your tent attached to it, or grab a couple of rocks and set them on top of the tent. As you are rolling it up, the tent won't fly away anywhere, and you can keep a nice tight width to the tent as you're rolling it up. Those rocks or the tent stake will help keep everything in place. Hack number 3 is pack your tent on top. It is the last thing that I pack inside of my backpack on a dry and a normal day, and the first thing I pull out when I get to camp. That way, in case there's weather or I just want to go to bed, it's the first thing I can pull out and set up without getting all of my other stuff dirty or wet in inclement weather. Or if there is a lot of dew and humidity in the air, I will pack my tent on the outside of my backpack on top, therefore protecting the rest of my backpacking gear, and especially things I don't want to get wet inside of my backpack. And hopefully then that allows, if the sun is out and it's a nice day, I can easily access the tent, I can lay it out and dry it out in the sun, and then continue on for the day. So hack 3 is pack your tent on the top of your backpack, whether that's inside or outside, depending on the weather conditions. Hack number 4 is carry a 1/8 inch closed cell foam pad. There are so many use cases for this, and it could be a video in and of itself. On top of it being a sit pad or a stretching pad if you do stretching or even yoga on the trail, which are great use cases for the pad. It can also help with your inflatable pad not sliding around all over the place. Especially in a Dyneema tent, sometimes those inflatable pads can move and slide around, and you might feel like especially if you aren't on level ground and the pad might be sliding down towards one end of the tent. If you put that 1/8 inch closed cell foam pad underneath your inflatable mattress, now your mattress is stuck in place and it is not moving. So many purposes for this, but hack number 4, get yourself a 1/8 inch closed cell foam pad and add that to your kit for very, very minimal weight penalty. Hack number 5 sounds intuitive, but I often see that it is not used in practice very often. And that is cleaning off your feet, and feet hygiene in particular. Our feet are the most important part of our body when we are hiking, and we need to keep them clean and ready to go. So at the end of every day, when it's available, either a water source or you have enough water available to you, clean off your feet. Get a rag, dip it, or soak your feet in a creek, but clean them off. Also, elevate your feet any chance you get when you're taking a break, when you get into camp, when you're just resting, or at nighttime for a few minutes. lay down, put your feet up against a tree, put them on your bear canister, stick them up on your backpack. Whatever you can do to get your feet and your legs elevated above your heart will help drain out or bring that lactic blood back into your system. Your body will be able to clean it out and send fresh blood back to those areas of the body where they are needed, where they've had a long day to break down and they need some recovery. So clean off your feet where you can and elevate your feet every chance you get. Hack number 6 has to do with hygiene as well. I don't know about you, but when I'm out in the backcountry and I've been on the trail for a number of days in a row, my hands are probably dirty. And so many of us still reach our hands into bags of chips or into trail mix, and that is just gross. So this hack is use your spoon to spoon out your trail mix or to spoon out chips that you might have. Sometimes I'll crush those chips up in the bag a little bit, and I will use that spoon to spoon them out, keeping my dirty, kind of nasty hands away from the food that's going into my body and hopefully allowing me to continue to stay healthy. Hack number 7 is very similar to number 6 in that you don't want your nasty, grubby hands in and close to your mouth. And another way that we do that outside of food is when we brush our teeth. You've all seen those little toothbrushes. Sometimes Garage Grown Gear sends them to you if you have ordered anything from them. But that puts almost your hands inside of your mouth as you're brushing your teeth. So the hack here, even though it might be a couple of grams, maybe an ounce at the most, don't cut your toothbrush. At least don't cut it that far in. Give yourself some space where you're not getting your dirty hands in or close to your mouth. And hopefully that'll help you stay healthy while on the trail. Hack number 8, whichever direction we're going to go here. Hack number 8, bring an extra bottle cap. A lot of us trade out the bottle caps in our Smart water bottles for the sports cap, but save at least one of the bottle caps that come with your bottle and keep that with you. 2 primary reasons. 1, if your sports cap breaks, the lid breaks off. Sometimes those can break off pretty easily. Now you've got an open bottle where you could be sloshing around and losing water out of it. So you've got an extra cap that you can screw on in case that sports cap breaks or something happens. The second use case for this, which I find helpful, is when you're putting in your stakes for your tent. Sometimes those can hurt on your palm if you don't have a rock nearby or something. You can use that little cap to push that stake down into the ground, and it makes it a little easier and it doesn't hurt as much. Hack number 9 is organize your food by day. I am very much a systems and a process person, and this is something that is incredibly helpful as you're preparing at the end of the day for the following day, or as you get up in the morning. You know what your day's worth of food is. You know what is in that same Ziploc bag for breakfast, your snacks, your lunch, your dinner. That way, at the beginning of the morning, you can get out what you need for the morning. You can put that in the appropriate places in your hip belt pocket or a fanny pack or in your backpack. And then you know what you need for the rest of the day, and you're not digging through a bear canister or digging through your food bag trying to figure out what snack here and what's there and what haven't I eaten today or did I eat too much today. But you have a nice system in place so that you know what needs to happen that day. This helps a lot with decision fatigue, especially with all the kind of micro decisions that we're making throughout the day on the trail as well. You don't have to then worry about what should I eat, what did I eat, what do I have left. You've got it all organized in a manner that will help you have less stress and less decisions you need to make while out on the trail. So hack number 10, you've probably heard the term embrace the suck. Well, I'm going to introduce to you embrace the stink. We are gonna get smelly out on the trail, and there is nothing you can do about it. That's just what it is when you're hiking and you've been on trail for a number of days. So that stick of deodorant, leave it at home. Extra pair of hiking clothing, leave it at home. Save yourself some weight and just understand you and everybody else on trail is going to be stinky, and that's okay. All right, friends, well, that is today's video, and I hope some of these hacks are helpful for you. If I missed anything or you've got some awesome tips or tricks for me or for anybody else here, please comment below. What are some of the most meaningful and important tips or hacks that you use on a backpacking trip and when you're on the trail. That'd be awesome to hear. As I said before, I am a systems and a process person, and so these hacks have worked for me. They may not work for you, and that's okay. But the more systems and processes I can put into place, the more little efficiencies I find in my day, whether that's at camp, whether I'm on the trail, whether that has to do with my food or how I pack, or even again, the hygiene. You will find ways to make your life more efficient while you're on the trail. And the more efficient we are, typically, the better things are going because we're spending time on what matters and less time on the things that just don't matter. If you want to see 10 other tips or hacks that help me in particular on my JMT experience, many of which I still use on any other trail that I have done, I will link that video right here. And with that, friends, I will catch you all in the next one.